Cover the doorway as they start to defuse. Pengu goes for one on the Young. Can he go the second?
Min, what are you doing? What just happened? Why are you sprinting, Bio?
Hungry. He gets the angry.
Oh, he's
Moringa, are you ready for this?
Oh.
Yes! Bengu, are you kidding me?
Why am I so much better than you? God damn!
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of SiegeGG Live. I am Shikar, your host, and with me is the one and only David. And lots more has happened this week. Every single league is back in action, and we're very excited to take you through exactly what went down, break it down, have some discussion with you guys as well, and about the games with you guys, and just in general, just take you through everything. So, David, how are you feeling today? Pretty hot today?
I'm feeling, yeah, it's hot here in Barcelona. It's really hot. But today, this week was amazing. Like, really good. Like, lots of things happened in Siege. So I guess that we should start with the big
news? Yeah.
announcement. The August major is going to be in Berlin, which is amazing.
Berlin. Yeah. Berlin's an interesting choice. Like, it's like the capital of Germany. It's not somewhere we have been in a while, like Germany. People are expecting Barcelona. You saw the Reddit detectives going with the
I
whole
was
jackal
praying
and
for Barcelona. I was praying for Barcelona. But no, it's actually Berlin. I've been there 2 years ago, like just before COVID was a thing.
Yeah.
And I went to Alexanderplatz, and it's I don't know, it's like a 10 minutes walk from the venue. It's a really good location. You know what else is close to the venue, by any chance?
The G2 HQ?
The G2 Esports offices. Imagine if they don't make it. Come on, imagine if they don't make it.
Yeah, exactly. Then they can just walk on over, right? Like it's very simple that way.
Yeah, honestly,
but I think
have
what's
to be there.
really weird, and I don't, not to say it's gonna be bad, but it's really unique and it's kind of weird in the sense that we don't see it. Is that have a look at the venue over here? I'm gonna switch over the screen over here. So the venue is quite literally a theater. It's not like an expo hall or convention hall like we have seen in the past. This is what the venue is going to be like inside. And there's like assigned seating. There's different tiers. If you saw our article based on like, the different places. So like the top tier is obviously the cheapest. The ones at the front are the most expensive. The champions tier, that got sold out really quickly for 180 euro even. It was very unique, and the only other time I've seen this is at the US Nationals 2018 finals, where it was in a very similar theater in Las Vegas, not in a convention center. Obviously, if you're going there to be social, you can't be social in the venue itself, kind of like in this place where the games are going on. Which is, I guess, maybe it can be a good thing that people will empty out and go outside to mingle and everything with each other, but then they'll rush back in when the games start and so on and so forth. All the merch line and everything will be outside. We might see a lot of people just not watching the games live, but just watching on the TV. Interesting location for the venue, as far as it goes. But we'll see how it pans out. What are your thoughts on it? Like, Hader noted this, and I was like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, honestly, I've never been to a LAN event before, so I cannot, I understand the idea, but, I will know, I don't know. But I understand that it can be a bit difficult because it means that you have your seat, and you will have to stay there for the entirety of the game.
Yeah.
And that maybe sucks, honestly. But it's a big theater, honestly.
1,800 seats, right? So pretty sizable.
Something like that. Yeah, that's cool, honestly. Is it? I'm not sure. I'm talking like maybe I'm lying now. Is it inside a mall? Yeah, I think so.
No, it's I don't think
No?
it's inside a mall. It's its own thing. It seems like the
Okay.
pictures that I was showing just now, which was like very cool to see. Like it's its own building,
Mhm.
and it's a pretty big place, a pretty reputable
Mhm.
place. It's got a massive screen. It seems
Mhm.
like so. The
Yeah,
experience, I
that was a
think,
complaint in Charlotte, right?
yeah.
I remember. I remember people complaining that the
I was
screen
yeah.
was very small.
There were like two like 40-inch TVs at the front, and then like that one big
Yeah,
screen in the middle, and then nothing. That's
nothing
it. That
else.
was it. Yeah.
Then that's not gonna be a problem. That's gonna be
No, but I
that's
think
gonna be fine.
Charlotte felt more spacious. So we'll
Mhm.
see how this
Yeah.
works out. It's kind of a German way of doing things, I guess. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it'll be a good event. Either way, it'll be a good
Yeah.
event. We also have the other piece of big news.
Mhm.
The Tier 2 R6 share skins that have been released,
Mhm.
David.
Mhm. Yeah. Tier 2 skins are here. If I'm not mistaken, we are talking of 21 bundles. Remember that in
Mm,
order to purchase a skin, you have to purchase the whole bundle. That's a
yeah,
little bit more than 700
20 credits.
R6 credits. Yeah,
Yeah,
20, yeah, I think so. 720 credits. Um, which is not cool.
yeah,
Other
it's pretty
previous
annoying.
bundles, you
It's
can,
pretty
yeah,
annoying.
it's pretty annoying, honestly. Because honestly, I think that lots of people are like me. I think that we want the gun
Gun skin.
skin. We don't care
Yeah.
about the charm or sometimes not even the uniform. You want to like you. The skin is like the best element, and before you could just buy it for 300 Rainbow Six credits, which is
Yeah.
very affordable if you let me say. Um, and we're talking of some of the best skins in the whole game. But now that's not a thing anymore. If you want to buy the new, well, not new anymore. I think it was they released Tier
Since
One
this year,
skins
yeah.
3 or 4 months ago. But if
Yeah.
you want to buy TSM Sledge skin, or G2 skins or whatever, you have to buy the whole bundle. And as it's a Tier One bundle, we are talking of more than 1,000 Rainbow Six credits, and
Yeah.
that's uh, you can compare that price to an elite skin bundle,
You kind of get
I think that
more
they should,
depending.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I think that that was not a good idea, honestly.
Yeah. I have to say most of the designs are
Yeah.
pretty good though. Like I'm just scrolling
Hmm.
through I
Yeah.
particularly like the Damwon Kia one. It's so clean, it's so classic. Cyclops
Really?
is
I don't
yeah.
like it, eh?
Really, I think. I
Mm.
mean, I think it's a
Uh,
different kind of style. Like if you're liking like a simple, clean, like a
yeah.
simplistic design, that works. But if you
Hmm.
want something more ornate, the Cyclops skin is very pretty as well. It's
Hmm.
got the whole sakura flowers. Chiefs is quite simple,
Yeah.
but the pattern's decent. Black Dragons
Yeah.
literally has a giant dragon, which looks super
Yeah.
cool. Most of the skin, if you're an anime
Yeah, but the
fan,
Black Dragon
elevate,
is.
elevates your jam. Invictus
I don't know.
has
I
a
mean,
weird one, but it's cute, I guess.
yeah. Yeah. I have
Yeah,
elevates from last year.
yeah.
Elevates. I think anime skins are a safe bet, honestly.
they
Um,
will they will sell in a gamer circle. Yes,
yeah, Sandbox has
Elevate knows
got
what
an
what to
anime.
do. Yeah.
Sandbox has
Uh,
got their own now.
Oxygen finally released a good skin. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
holy, like
Yeah.
wow, it's finally happened after
Mhm.
like 2 attempts.
Mhm.
They finally got a good
Yeah.
skin.
I really don't know what's the process behind uh, the design and choosing a weapon and an operator, whatever. I'm not sure uh, if the team has like the power to choose the operator. I think yes.
I think they have
Um.
the power to choose the weapon, but
Uh-huh.
not the like I mean if the gun that gets taken away, for example,
Okay.
like the SMG-11 happened, G2 picked that
Yeah.
and FAV picked that, they lost it, and
Mhm.
that, and that's it.
Mhm.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
I think
I,
Wager
I,
talked about the skins, but yeah, sorry, I keep on cutting you
I'm
off.
just sorry. I'm just wondering because I don't know why teams love choosing the P10. We have so many Rainbow Six Share
Yeah,
skins for
yeah,
that gun. Please, I'm always going to choose the Cyclops weapon skin. That's
yeah, it
precious,
looks
okay?
really
And
good.
and
The
and
Navi
that's
one as well, back
incredible.
in the
The
day, if
Navi
you
one is
remember.
good, yeah.
The black and yellow, it just very, very pretty.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, for example, Mirage. I think Lion's Gun is like Mirage skin is the first for Lion's Gun.
Might
Um,
be,
yeah, I think so.
it looks good. I gotta say, as bad as the team is, the
Yeah.
gun skin looks pretty good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, my favorites are the Oxygens, Cyclops. Team One is kind of cool. Inns is kind of cool as well. Exit is really good. I don't know. I think we have some good
I think
designs, and that's
in
really
general
good.
these are good
It's really good.
designs. Like
Yeah,
I saw a couple of
very good
comments on
colors.
Reddit, like they were just saying like, the skin release looks fantastic, but they're not gonna buy it because it's way too expensive. It's like $10
Yeah,
US
that's a
for one
problem. That's a
skin.
problem.
Usually you
That's a
had people
problem.
buying like 3 or 4. You can't be dropping like
Mm-hmm.
$40 in skins, man. Especially when you have so many repeats at this
That's
point. Like as you said, the P10,
yeah.
it's been
Mm-hmm.
trotted out a couple of times. There are like 2 or 3 alibi
Mm-hmm.
MX4 Storm
Yeah.
skins in this very like release.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
like, it's like at this point you're like you really have to be selective, and people are
Yeah.
maybe getting one,
Yeah.
if at most that.
R-
But
Remember that you also get
yeah,
the operator card background. I am a huge fan of these, honestly. I'm a huge
I
fan of
mean,
operator card
the
backgrounds.
operator card background's good, but like a lot of times, like especially if you want to show your LGBTQ support, like Heather has been doing and Kev has been doing, so a lot of times, those clash, and you're like, if you don't want the background, tough luck. You have to take
Mm-hmm.
the background,
Yeah.
purchase it at least. You
Mm-hmm.
can
Yep.
unequip it, but yeah. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yep.
enough for like general news, general Rainbow Six
Mm-hmm.
news. Let's
Yep.
start with some other big news, but here in APAC. And
Yeah.
just
Finally.
today, finally, just today, it was announced, FNATIC announced that Mag and Dizzle, after 954 days, presumably since they announced their move to Japan, Mag and Dizzle are finally in Japan, and they are able to coach the team in person. They're able to play with the team in person. And
Mm-hmm.
wow, it's been it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Caveat:
Mm-hmm.
as Mag spoke to David earlier this month, at the
Mm-hmm.
very start of the month, actually, Mag said
Mm-hmm.
it would require a little bit of a thought whether he would jump into the team
Yeah.
mid-season, mid-stage. And today in the video announcement, he said he's not going to do that because he feels it would be too disruptive to the team's dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, this is not really coming as a big surprise. He was not, keeping the hype up or anything. He was keeping quite low. But now Mag and Dizzle are there, and Mag himself in the video acknowledged that this team is in a tough spot. It's not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So David,
Mm-hmm.
what is happening with this roster? Can Mag and Dizzle really change their fortunes enough?
I think that Fnatic should like focus now on Six Invitational 2023 qualifiers.
And
Trying
relegations,
to
potentially.
build momentum, trying to build a team, trying to improve, find their own play style. Right now, the team is not in a good spot. N- the results in Japan are not good. The results in APAC North are not good. We have discussed this before. APAC has been the region that has been hit the most by COVID.
Yeah,
There's no doubt. Fnatic is possibly the team that has been hit the most.
100%, 100%.
Yes, the Australian team could not like make the well, they were not allowed to go to Japan because of COVID. You said 956 days. That's
54,
crazy.
yeah. It's a
Oh,
while.
well, 54. Yeah.
At this point, they
Um.
might as well have waited for 1,000, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it a nice.
Just wait. If you are not announcing, if Magnet is not going to play, for the
Nah.
stage 2, just wait until it's 1,000 and you make it cooler. But
Nah.
no, I mean, I think it's going to be a good like Mag and Diesel being there now. They can like they are going to meet each other, and they are going to like start working together. I think that's gonna make a huge difference. But let's be honest, Fnatic didn't do well on stage
Yeah.
one. They lost the first two games, which is like very difficult to make it to Berlin
The major's
Major
done.
as
They're
of
done.
now.
They're 100%
Yeah,
done for the major.
major. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Like, would be a huge upset, honestly. So I just and you cannot expect Fnatic to qualify for the Six Invitational
Yeah.
be through the global standings if you don't score any Six Invitational points in the in the first two stages. So I don't think they should now focus on working as a team
Mhm.
and improving, and then first of all, if you have to play relegations, then win relegations, and then trying
Yeah.
to win the qualifier and make it to the Six Invitational, because it's sad that we have like Fnatic in the scene and
The
them not
funny
being
thing,
able to qualify for international event.
now speaking of those points, so a few things that I just wanted to tell people if they are unaware.
Mm-hmm.
Fnatic scored 8 points in stage one, which is not the worst because Fav
Mm-hmm.
was on 9, T1 is on 9, and Reject was on 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Reject right now in stage 2 has gotten 3. Fav has only gotten 1. Spear, which is the former T1, is also on 0 like Fnatic. So Fnatic are not locked into relegations just yet.
No,
All
not
they
yet.
have to do is be better than 2 of the other teams. That's it. Just be better than 2 of the other. Sorry, just be better than one
No,
other team. One
then
of these
one,
4
but it
teams.
has to be from Japan, right?
No, that thing was in the 2020
They
system.
they
So
they changed it. Okay, cool.
yeah, so which is good for them. That that they might probably survive relegation. But the next thing is speaking of SI23 qualifiers. So right now, what the problem that they're facing is, and this was identified by Fabian in stage one as well. They're trying to play a European playstyle when they
Mm-hmm.
have no idea how to do it. Hopefully, Mag can bring that in-game leadership and basically hold these guys together, keep the discipline in. Dizzle being in person, hopefully he works with that as well. Because right now it's not taking. The Japanese playstyle is just too strong. They're playing very stupid things. They're doing very stupid strategies. That 100% Dizzle is not telling them to do, and they're not really following Dizzle's instructions or Phenomene's instructions very well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. So it's a big change that they need to achieve. First of all, second of all, the fact that we have only 2 teams going to the major from here on out, and I was discussing this on Reddit with a couple of people. There is a chance that
Yeah.
there is no team from APAC that goes to SI
Mm-hmm.
based on the SI points, the global
Mm-hmm.
standings. And that's because it's possible, I think, that 16
It is.
teams in every other region outscore them in terms of SI points, because if
Mm-hmm.
in APAC, every stage you have 4 new teams making it to the major, because right now it's looking like Chiefs are not going to make it, Dials might not make it, Elevate did not make it in stage 1 even though they got a couple of points. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a bloodbath anyway, and just up and down. Sandbox and Damwon didn't make it in stage 1. Talon's in the mix in stage 2 now. So this whole thing is if it keeps on cycling, it can be
Mm-hmm.
0 APAC teams before the qualifier, which means all these 16 tier 1 teams could be fighting for one APAC spot at SI, and bringing them back to Fnatic. Fnatic doesn't stand a chance in that.
Yeah,
No
no,
matter
no
how
way.
well they
No way.
improve, you're
No
telling
way.
me they'll beat Damwon, Talon, Sandbox, Cyclops, and then you have all going south, you got your Invictus,
Honestly,
Elevate, Direwolves, whatever.
yeah,
Fnatic this season, I would say, is a write-off. At most, they can
yeah.
make the stage
Mm-hmm.
3 major, I think, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, depends on Max
The APAC
and
major.
Dizzle's impact. Yeah, the APAC major.
Yeah.
But the only thing that could save APAC from not having a single team in the global standings would be having a very consistent team who qualifies for every major played this year. And but we also have Brazil, whose
Having the same
system,
issue.
you know,
Yeah.
has a very similar issue.
Mhm.
So we could be we could have like 6 teams from Europe, 5 teams from well, 6 teams
Oh
from
god.
North America,
Yeah,
5 teams
yeah,
from
yeah.
Europe, and then just a couple from LATAM and APAC. So yeah, something that we have to yeah uh, follow. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to
So
be interesting.
yeah. So that's about Fnatic. Now
Hmm.
Korea did really well this week. We had Damwon
Yep.
win. We had Sandbox win. Sandbox win was especially important. 8-7 over
Yeah, very
Cyclops,
important.
who are one of the direct threats for the
Hmm.
major spot. Um, see, look, and addressing Mr. Gee the snaps. CAG looked better that match, but they did the standard CAG thing. They choked
Yeah.
it. Which
Hmm.
is like
Yeah.
at this point, it's not surprising.
No,
Big deal.
not at all.
Talon also did exceedingly well, smashed Spear 7-2,
Hmm.
which brings us to Spear. Spear are the
Hmm.
only outliers from Korea who are just not doing well. Now the thing is, in these first two games, NL, their coach, has been playing instead of I11. And I11, obviously, if you guys know anything about APAC North, about Korea, he has been a very good player for T1 in the past, which is now obviously the Spear Gaming roster. Now,
Hmm.
I've heard from sources that 11 is absent due to a back issue, which is very funny because, haha, he was
Yeah.
carrying the team in stage one, but no. Uh,
Eh,
he's
Damn.
out,
Okay.
right? And he needs like serious treatment. And I think that he might. It seems like no one knows whether he's gonna come back even for stage two for the rest of stage two. That's 5 weeks. So he's
Hmm.
taking like some serious treatment going on.
Hmm.
So Spear are just kind of like there. They're 0 points. Stage one also, as I said, they were just
Yeah.
about Fnatic with like by 1 point. So it's not looking good. They might be locked in for relegation as well. Come the end of the
Hmm.
day, come the end of stage three, really.
Hmm.
But there's not really much more to say. Spear are just unfortunate circumstances,
Yeah.
but so you can say that about Fnatic as well. So
Hmm. Yeah. Unfortunate
join the club.
circumstances, and we know that this team is like they have potential to do other things. I remember under T1 they had some good results in Korea. I don't know. It's a bit sad to see them like
Mm-hmm.
in this state now. But well, we'll see if they can make it. I think it's relegation material.
Yeah. The good news for basically for Fnatic, Spear, and Reject and Fav is that all four teams look just as bad as each other, kind of. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
so it's not like
Ah,
last season where T1 was like
yeah.
bad, and everyone else was like kind of okay
Mhm.
above them. So lucky them.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's enough.
pretty. It's
Yeah.
pretty. You can really say that there's a clear top four and a clear top like well top bottom four. Like Damwon, Talon, Sandbox, and Cyclops will probably be fighting for the 6 invitational points,
Yeah.
and the other teams will be fighting to avoid delegations as of now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
We gotta see, yeah, truly, because
Yeah.
especially because Direwolves and what's the
Mm,
name, Chiefs didn't make it to the playoffs, and who was the fourth team in third team in Charlotte? Why am I
in
forgetting them? Elevate didn't make it.
Elevate. Mm-hmm.
No, Elevate didn't make it. Who's the one? Whatever,
No,
someone.
Elevate made the Charlotte Major.
Yeah, no, but they didn't make it there. So like, I was
Ah,
like,
okay,
who
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
make the
Elevate, Direwolf,
playoffs?
Chiefs, and someone
Uh,
from APAC North.
no, it was 3 Apex South and 1
Yeah,
Apex
and
North.
one from APAC North,
Yeah, so who's
which
the
is
Cyclops?
Cyclops. Was it?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course,
Cyclops.
it's Cyclops, the usual
Yeah,
suspects.
yeah. And
Anyways,
we know what
yeah,
happened.
yeah. So the thing is, these guys didn't make it to like the playoffs, so their SF points are already limited. So even if they
Yep.
repeat it, even if they
Hmm.
repeat their qualification, no guarantee they actually make it. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's for APAC North. Now in APAC South,
Hmm.
if anyone's just looking at the league standings, wildcard at the top, 6
Hmm.
points, the only team with 6 points right now. That is that is a surprise. They played in the relegations last stage, and right now, not last stage, last season, they didn't look too hot in stage 1 either. But now they're leading the way after a 7-5 win against Fury, and then 7-5 against Direwolves. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the same because my opinion on Wildcard is not the greatest, honestly. It's not the greatest. Direwolves have been very, very, very sloppy, especially on
Yeah.
entries. They are amazing at getting entries and then amazing at choking the rounds. We have seen Direwolves suffering from this problem against Elevate. I have the stats here in front of me now. They got 10 entry kills. 10 entry kills. That's amazing.
Jeez.
But
Out
they
of
went to
14.
overtime.
Yeah.
They went to overtime. And the same happened against Wildcard. If you check the stats
Yeah.
against Wildcard,
Although,
they got 3 to 5. They got 8 entry kills and they lost the game.
yeah. Although, like, okay, we can the Dials. I kind of want to give them a little bit of a lifeline here because Harambe, who got 0 kills in that match, and ED, who was the second worst player, both of them got hit by COVID in that matchup. So unfortunate for them. But that I think it can't take away from Wildcard's performance because Wildcard beat them. And they beat Fury as well, 7-5. Both 7-5 margins. And now you look at Fury's one, and you're like, it's Fury, right? Like,
and there are 3 clutches. They clutched 3 rounds, Wildcard. So I'm just saying that the results are very close, and looking at the circumstances, how they won the rounds, we could be talking of a Wildcard with 2 points now.
Yeah.
Or even like, 0 points.
Which is like so kind of where IG is, right? Like IG is down with 3 points.
Exactly,
they should have won. They should have had 6. They should have had 6. But like, so little clutches went here and there. But the thing is, I'm gonna counter that with a little bit of maybe hopium, maybe some copium. Like this is Apex South, right? Everything's gonna be extremely close anyway, whatever way you cut it. The fact that Wildcard did it twice in a row, and they still got 6 points. They're the only ones who have done it. They are 2 points clear of anyone else in second place. That already has given them such an amazing head start. And the fact that they beat a COVID-afflicted Direwolves, I don't think it really matters to them. Direwolves maybe will, obviously roll back once their players recover from COVID. But they got the 3 points, right? And I think they looked quite okay doing it. Like, honestly, all things considered, I watched the game. Vince here in particular, he was so good.
He was amazing. Yeah,
excellent. Like just jaw dropping, especially that open area when I was at kitchen when the Monty of ED pushed in and he just pops up and kills the guy down at Blue Stairs. Some wonderful plays from him over there. And then for Fury, I don't think Fury are bad anymore.
No.
A lot of people would discard them because, like, oh look, this team in stage 1 got 0 points, but like off that roster in stage 1, only 3 players remain, and the players that have replaced them are BG Man and Napier, as he goes by the name I9 now. Excellent pedigree on their team, international experience, and just very good gunners, and they were winning a lot of their gunfights in stage 1. What it looked like was they were getting the right positions. But straight up, like, it would look like a gold one fighting like a champion in terms of like gunfighting ability. It's not like the strats were bad entirely. So I think that's what's kind of unlocked them. Fury smashed Chiefs, and then people will be like, "Oh look, Chiefs are like they're terrible right now because they lost to Gaming Gladiators as well." I don't think so. I think Chiefs are a little bit exhausted, but they're also playing well. Just that Fury and Gaming Gladiators played better, and by that extension, I think Wildcard beating Fury is an impressive feat.
The Chiefs is you just said the word exhausted. They played the Sweden Major and they played the Charlotte Major as well.
Yeah.
And they have been playing like very consistent team, and now we are seeing like maybe they are not as consistent now. They are at the bottom of the standings. They are the only team with 0 points, and you know who are facing next, right?
Oh yeah.
They are playing Direwolves. and the next game is against the Knights, and then
Yeah,
it's
no,
Invictus Gaming,
Chiefs can take points off
then
Invictus, like
Elevate.
100%. Yeah.
It's going to be tough. I don't see. Obviously, they are in the run, and it's APAC. Anything can happen here.
Yeah.
Um, but we should start thinking they are going to miss the major. Speaking of Fury, I think that the signings were very, very good, and watching Fury now is like watching a different team.
Yeah.
It's you wouldn't say they went winless for an entire stage, honestly. They are getting now the results. They are in the top four. I don't see them making it to the major. Honestly, I don't see them.
Yeah.
Um, as you were talking about wildcard before, they are getting the results, but I don't see them in the major either. I'm not sure. Maybe
I think
we will see.
it's just a little bit of a streaky kind of situation, right?
Mhm.
APAC South or just APAC in general might just be a very streaky league, particularly this stage because there's no more playoffs. So you just have to be good
Yeah, exactly.
essentially for
Yeah.
like 6 weeks or maybe
Uh-huh.
7 weeks. Wildcard have gotten to a very good start. They swapped their coach. Rossi went.
Yeah.
Hot Shots come in. Hot Shots not known to be a coach. It's his first time as a coach. But it just looks like Wildcard are just having a lot more fun. They're having a little bit better strategy.
Yeah. Mhm.
And they're 2 points clear. The rest of the field
Mhm.
is so tight from second
Yeah, it is
down to
super tight.
seventh, 2 points separating
Mhm.
them. Dials took a loss, unfortunately, in regulation, and they only won their one game in overtime. You have Gaming Gladiators who are looking like they're coming up and coming. Knights and Chiefs,
Yeah.
they might be at the bottom 7 and 8th, but we know their quality before. We know that
Mhm.
they're very good.
Yeah.
They're probably just kind of trying their best to like adapt the lessons from
Yeah.
Charlotte, but it's very hard to adapt that because what works in Charlotte or
No,
internationally
doesn't work
doesn't
here.
work in APAC. Very
Nope.
rarely does it work, which is a
Yep.
constant dilemma that people like
Uh-huh.
Luna Metal have talked about. So the fact that they're bottom right now, I don't think means that they're a bad team. It could be a combination of factors. I
Mhm.
think Fear. So then we
Yeah.
talked about Fury not being a freebie. Elevate as well. We know that they are land dodgers in the past, but they have quality. They are just it's just they're playing in an Apex South field, and with so many teams looking so good, they can lose points as well. So just
Yeah.
is IG's pushing to make their super team worth it, trying to
Yeah.
prove themselves. Everything is like every team really has a chance of upsetting anyone,
Yeah.
which is like the hallmark of Apex South.
Did you watch the IG against Gaming Gladiators?
Oh yeah, sloppy again, but
Sloppy again.
which is very frustrating because like they keep on making the same
Ape.
mistakes
Yeah.
as they did in stage one.
Ape's game was crazy.
Yeah,
Ape was crazy. Joe
they let
was.
him get 3 clutches, as W wrote in
Yeah.
his article. Three.
Yeah. That was. It's incredible. Like they could. IG could have won this game like by
IG
seven
should
two
have won
seven
that
three.
game. IG should have
Yeah.
won the
So
first game.
comfortable, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mistakes are still there, and what could have been a regulation victory, it was extra time. Something similar happened in the first game, so they could be with
Yeah.
6 points, but they are with three, and that can make the difference at the end of the standing, at the end of the stage. So we will see. We will see what happens.
Right. Now, moving on,
Hmm.
you want to quickly touch on South America and Mexico right now. Just kind of take us through
Uh,
what's up with that.
okay. So we start with South America.
Sure, whichever way you want to take it.
Okay. South America. For those who are not aware, yesterday there was like the play day three.
Mm.
Today it's play day four, which means that we are in the middle of the stage. And this today was wild. Today was wild because um, the teams that were favorites lost. And I'm talking about in every match. Sirius Gaming lost to Leviathan. Pampas lost to New Stars.
New Star,
Malvinas
yeah.
Gaming lost to Isurus. And Mycom Evolve defeated Hawks. So Malvinas right now are at the bottom of the standings. Malvinas have a Brazilian Argentinian combination, which is if you follow football, you know that Brazilian and Argentinian fans are not the best friends. But Malvinas Gaming roster is not doing well. But I would say that it's very interesting because Pampas is like South America's hope to make the Six Invitational 2023. Remember that the current system in like the Copa Elite 6 is not the best for Brazilian teams. In fact, Brazilian teams have already complained and everything. But it is a good thing for Argentinian teams because they are thrown to a bracket where if they are lucky and win a best of three, just a best of three against a Brazilian team, they are going to be in the major, which has never happened in the past, but could happen this year. And if it happens, we are going to see an Argentinian team in an international competition, which would be like honestly, it would be amazing. And Pampas right now is with 225 points in the global standings. If they repeat the fifth place in the following two stages, we are talking of 675 Six Invitational points. And looking at the APAC situation in terms of Six Invitational points, we could see Pampas being ahead of every APAC team in the global standings, which would be massive. But yeah, I'm just hyped about South America. It can be like really, really, really cool. This year can be a really cool one for South American fans. And about Mexico, I'm not sure if you want to add something, Shikar.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, Mexico, we have like they just have played two play days. The Mexican play day begins in play day 3 begins in 3 days, and we have Alpha Team's first loss under well, not under, he's an assistant coach, but Twister is working now for them, and they lost the first game. I guess they are getting used to the new, the his advices and his way to play. Siege, we know that Twister is a very experienced coach. Um, but I think that Alpha Team are going to get there. They qualified for the last Copa Elite Six, and I think it would be a surprise if they don't qualify for the next one. And Team Cruelty are doing really good. They have improved after signing Royce, who was Aetheri's coach last year.
Yeah.
So I think Team Cruelty and Alpha Team, should be like the favorites to qualify. But then you have Medreven and Six Karma there, and Phoenix Esports with the Brazilian players there. It's gonna be like really, really, really. It's a very interesting stage now with the Brazilian players. We are not talking of Nobis or Versa or M King, but it's always cool to have Brazilian players in other Latin American competitions, and those are my
Yeah.
takes.
Fingers crossed. Like maybe we'll see one of those teams. We had it close,
Hopefully.
like last stage, right? Like we had one
Yep,
team
it was
kind of get
Pampas, yeah, against
Pampas,
Furia.
yeah. So
Hmm.
maybe we'll see them just have like a miracle run. They just need one or two like good
A
games,
miracle
and
run.
yes, indeed. Maybe if Furia drop miracle one day and then he joins like one of those
One day.
teams.
No.
Yeah, but I think it's now time to talk about Brazil. And
Yep.
speaking of crazy players, starting with M,
Yep.
Maya. Oh
Maya.
my god, dude! Like that guy has a 1.95 CGG rating so far. That's four play days, but four play days, two play
No,
days, two play days.
two
Yeah,
plays.
two play days, 1.95
It's
CGG rating, a KD ratio of more than
yeah.
3, 16 to 5 KD against Zero Zero Nation, 18 to
Mhm.
6 against INTZ. I think that is like the best week any player has ever had in like a top level league.
Might be, yeah. Uh, I love talking to teach-ups, and
Yeah.
when when Team One defeated 0-0 Nation, the first thing I did was talking to him, and he was pissed because the team didn't play. It was not their day, honestly.
Yeah.
and Maya took advantage of it. And you know, Maya, we're talking of an incredible. He is amazing. He's an amazing player. I have talked to him in many occasions. He's a really humble guy, and I think that Team One, sorry, they really want to qualify for another international event because we know what happened in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Some of them couldn't fly to the US, which was it was a shame. And I think that there's that feeling that they want to prove themselves in front of a well, in front of a
A
crowd,
proper,
but
yeah.
yeah, exactly, in a
I mean, they
proper
took
way
one map
and with
off
no
Dark Zero
complications.
while having like
Exactly, and
3/5 of their roster in
yep,
person, two of them.
yep.
So like they're good. They're
hmm
good.
Honestly, if you look at Team One, if they qualify for Berlin, for me, they are one of my favorites, honestly.
To win.
Lagonis is yes, Lagonis is
Wow.
improving a lot. Lagonis is improving a lot. Lagonis is he's a leader.
Yeah.
His aim is improving. He is making steps to the right direction. He's improving a lot. Maya is in a very good moment. Well, not momentum, but he's a
Purple
very good
patch,
fragger.
yeah.
He's getting the kills. He's getting the experience. He's getting the game sense, like how to play in a competitive environment. Um, if you look at, well, you cannot compare them, but because they are different types of fraggers. But Maya is a fragger with 50% survival right now. If you look at fantasy, for example,
Oh,
fantasy is
that high.
always under 20
Yeah,
survival.
that's really
He
high.
he yes, he dies like he's a crazy guy. He always goes there, uh, shots a little bit, and he eventually dies. Uh, Maya is like a really good fragger. He is like again, they are different types of fraggers, but Maya is really,
He
you
is.
can say that he
You
is
you
the
run out
man.
of words.
He's
You just run out of
yeah,
words, yeah.
he is honestly having a really good stage. Obviously, he has to keep the momentum. It's just 2 days.
Yeah.
It's going like the rating is eventually going down. Obviously, it would be a surprise if it doesn't.
What if it goes
Um,
up?
yeah, imagine.
What if it
But
goes
yeah,
up?
oh
Oh,
my God, if it goes the up, then crazy. But yeah, Maya is amazing, and they have Lagonis.
yeah.
Lagonis is amazing. He's an amazing support. Honestly, and again, he's improving a lot. So just watch out. This team one can they are working. They're going to get there. Honestly, maybe not win a major, but watch out because Brazil can
Brazil's wild.
spoil North Americans' fun.
Yeah. Now, the thing about Brazil is, before we get to how wild Brazil is, let's contrast, I guess, like Team One's fortunes so far, who
hmm
are Team One's at the top with 2000. At the bottom, it's
Yeah.
NIP with their new changes 0002, 0.7 and
Yeah.
14 in terms of round differential, 7 minus 14, so
Well,
it's -7. They've got Wizard. Wizard hasn't looked the
yeah.
worst, but
No.
like, I mean,
No.
what's
Wizard has been the best.
yeah, exactly. So like the thing is, they've kind of arguably upgraded their player, but they look
Mm,
just as bad. Like, tell me what's happening with NIP right now. Are they dead?
uh,
Is this are they
mm,
doomed? Is it over
I
for
would
them
say
in
so. I
2022?
would say so. I would say so. I would say so.
Really? At this early stage, you think they can't turn it around?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Explain that, yeah.
Brazil is a very it's very difficult to survive in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult to survive in Brazil, especially now that only 4 teams are sent to Copa Elite Six. Um, it's very difficult to survive that because all the teams have the potential to qualify for Copa Elite Six. Even INTZ, even them can upset the big names. We all back in stage one, we all expected, a very similar um, year like last year where Team Liquid, FaZe
Runs
Clan,
away. Yeah.
NIP, yes, they were there. Obviously, uh, and these teams at some point of the year they were like they had the possibility to not show their strats because they were already qualified for the Copa Elite 6 because remember the standings were together. You know, the
Yeah.
stage 1 standings were added to stage 2 and stage 1 and 2 were added to stage 3. So at some point in stage 3 NIP finished with just 8 points but they qualified for the Copa Elite 6 and they eventually made it to the Sweden Major and they finished they played the grand final.
Yeah.
I don't think that was fair, and that I think it's a good change. But now I think that Black Dragons has built a very good roster.
Mm-hmm.
Team Liquid is a very consistent team. They are not going to lose many games. I think that Team Liquid are going to be in the Copa Elite 6 no matter what.
Yeah.
You have like MIBR who are working with the new coach. They are getting there. You have W7M who are like very good despite they have lost their first game. 0-0 Nation. Getting there, they won the Copa do Brazil and everything. You see that every team has the quality to make to the Copa Elite 6, but the only team that hasn't figured out their play style yet is
Mm-hmm.
NIP, and I cannot
INTZ
see this
maybe.
happening. Well, INTC, the thing is that maybe INTC is the team with the less potential to make it to the
Yeah.
Copa to the Copa Elite 6. But
Right.
at
But
least they
NIP on paper
they are
should have.
together and everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And on paper they should be like better, obviously. And I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't think NIP are going to be in relegation. I think that INTZ are going to be in the relegation match. But as of now, NIP are at the bottom of the standings, and INTZ are ahead of them. It could happen. We could have a
Yeah.
NIP facing a Serie B team, but again, I don't see the other teams losing the enough games for
But
NIP to sneak in the
yeah.
top four.
So stage two, I guess, is a write off. But like, I guess the next question would be:
Stage three.
is the season, is this roster itself doomed? Is
No.
there like no way, because like they played, as someone in chat noted, they played MIBR and Liquid, so that they're at the bottom right now. Maybe not the worst
Yeah.
thing,
Okay.
but like stage three, as you said, probably they're not making it into the top four. But like in stage three, could they maybe put it together, or is this like, is the fact that Psycho's playing together with Muzi's playing together with Pino, all these guys together right now, they're just not working. That they're tired of each other, whatever. The
Yeah.
magic's worn off. Is that the
I
case, or
think.
do you think they can come
I
back with
think.
Wizard and Sneepy?
No.
Yeah.
I think that they need more roster changes. Honestly, I
Mm.
think that something has to change there. Um,
What would they
They have
change?
approached other players, like
Mm-hmm.
we know
Keys.
that
Yeah.
yes, Keys and even Fantasy, some people have said. Um, but right now, it's I would keep Muzi. I would keep maybe Pino as well. But then Kamikaze is not playing good.
Yeah.
Psycho maybe I
I
would
guess he's
keep
the
Psycho maybe.
IGL. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
So really, it's Kamikaze, I guess.
honestly, I think that they are six invitational champions.
Yeah, exactly.
They can figure things out for sure. They can make
Five
it.
out of seven on their team right
Yeah.
now, including the coach,
Mm,
have won
mm,
SI.
yeah. They can they can improve. Obviously, they can go back to how things were. But we are talking of three stages in a row where NIP has been having problems. Remember, stage three was
Mm,
a mess. Um, stage one, well, we remember stage one, and stage two has not started the best way. Obviously, yes, it was against MIBR and Team Liquid, but Team Liquid then lost to Black Dragons, and MIBR had lost against Furia the previous day. So, I don't think it's like okay, I don't believe in that. Okay, it's MIBR Team Liquid. It doesn't matter. No,
Yeah.
no, I don't believe at that. I don't believe in that.
Every team
I
can
think that
basically do that, you're
yeah,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's Brazil. Everyone has the quality. It's a very tough fight, and yeah, I don't really see NIP making it to the Berlin Major. And it's just the first week. They can change drastically, but I don't see that happening. I think that they are trying to find their own siege now with Wizard
Hmm.
and a new coach. I think that they are going to improve, but step by step. I mean, you need like some time. You need to, you know, play some games, and then maybe for stage 3 they are there.
Yeah.
But if they don't get any 6 invitational points in 2 stages, then we will probably have an AP in the qualifiers, which
Yeah.
is like
We'll see how
I
that
think
goes.
that they
Yeah.
can be like a very good team by the qualifiers, honestly. Maybe that's their objective. We don't know.
Yeah. Could be. Could be. Like after even the roster change, Liquid took a stage to figure it out. Really,
Yep,
all things
exactly.
considered. And now
Hmm.
Thunder's era, of course, he's takes my final talking point. FaZe lost to Zero Zero Nation, and it was a pretty good game from Zero Zero Nation. So, are they really figuring it out how to play together? Can they use
Yeah.
this as a springboard, uh, and like just push for Copa Elite Six, push for Berlin? Because after this, they play
Yeah.
NIP, which is a winnable game. They play Furia, very winnable
Hmm.
as well. INTZ, they should be destroying INTZ.
Yeah.
BD is a tough one. W7M maybe, then Liquid and MBR. So they end up a little bit tough. But the next 3 games, at least, I think they should be taking all points from that.
Hmm. Um, for what we have seen in the first weekend, I think that the dark horse here is Black Dragons.
Yeah.
I think that Black Dragons can make to the Copa Elite Six. Black Dragons is a very young roster. Nate is an amazing player. He's incredible. Baseto is now in the like he has finally adapted to the top flight.
Yes.
Um, Perez is doing really good job, and you have Patoxy and Eon as well. I think that this roster has lots of things to offer. Um, but about Zero Zero Nation, um, they were one of my favorites for this stage, but their game against Team One um, made me think about it. Like
Hmm.
I am not really sure. I think that FaZe Clan is going to struggle, so that victory against Zero Zero Nation, the victory against FaZe
For
Clan was
yeah.
not very. I think I expected that. What I didn't expect was FaZe Clan's victory against W7M, but I guess that's the magic of Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Wow.
Honestly, I think that Zero Zero Nation has the potential to like qualify for the Copa Elite Six. I
Hmm.
think that their game against NIP is going to be very important. Um, that's maybe the game of the weekend, I think, because it's like very important for both teams. I don't know. At this point, any game is important, but yeah, just like, and I'm not sure about if they're going to destroy INTZ. INTZ is a team that plays a really good game every 3, 4, or 5 matches. Like they are so inconsistent.
uh,
I don't know how to explain that, man. It's like,
yeah. Right.
but they have the potential. But yeah, they are not the best in Brazil.
Okay, we'll see what happens. It's only been 1 week of BR6. Speaking
Mm-hmm.
of 1 week, it's also only been 1 week of UL. But
Oh.
we had
Mhm.
our favorite content creator, or rather, a lot of people's favorite content creator, Spoit. He made his
Yep.
debut this week
Yep.
with Rogue. But unfortunately, he didn't play that well. But that's expected. We did say give him a stage. Um, uh, Next thing also, it wasn't a loss in a
Hmm.
match where Rogue really should have
Yeah.
won that.
Yeah.
They were 6-3 up, Rogue, and they lost
Yep.
8-6.
Hmm. If you watched that game,
Mhm.
Spoit had like he was a really good player until round number 7 or so. He had like 8, 9 kills. He was differential for Rogue, and
Yeah.
he finished with 10 kills.
Yeah,
We're
he
talking
just
of
plateaued.
14
He was good
rounds.
on the first half, and then which was
Uh,
like on the defense, was it?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, defense. I think.
No, no, on the
I think
attack.
so.
He was good on the attack.
Ah, okay. I
He's
thought
really
that.
good
Okay,
on the
I thought
attack.
that you
Yeah,
said. Okay, cool.
and
Yeah, yeah,
then
he was
he
really good
just fell apart.
hmm
Not really him, but Rogue in general fell
in
apart
general. Yeah.
in
The
the second
Epic,
half.
if I'm not mistaken, he just got 1 kill, which obviously that
Yeah,
hurts a lot. Um, but M&M are one of my favorites to make it to the major.
yeah.
Remember, we discussed this last week. The only reason why they were not in Charlotte is because they lost against Pounds and Secret. If they didn't lost
Oh
those games,
yeah,
they would have finished in the top two.
yeah.
That's
But at the
that's
same time,
insane.
as an Italian
Yeah.
chef once said, if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bicycle.
Okay,
So,
cool. Yeah. Yeah, you never
so,
know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I buy it. Okay.
yeah. So this game specifically, it's been one game. Was this Eminem being better? Was this Rogue needing synergy? Both kind of options, or is it neither? What happened over
I
here?
think
It looked
both.
like
I
Eminem
think
had
both.
really good resiliency.
I think both. I think that Rogue just deflated, and then Eminem um, figured how to like play against like their play style. Remember, Rogue
Yeah,
were like 6-3 up or something like that,
yeah,
and
6-3,
then Eminem
5
won the
rounds.
following 5 rounds.
Yeah,
Um, I don't think that's you cannot say that's because Eminem, being amazing at that point, but Rogue has like part of the reason why Eminem won those 5 rounds. I think they were a bit more sloppy. Spoit was not getting the kills that the team needed. Cryan was doing really good.
very well.
Very,
He
very,
was
very.
so good.
I remember his ace
He
with
was
Amaru.
20 and 11.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He
Oh
was
my.
amazing. Yeah. But again, something happened there in the middle of the game, and Eminem knew how to like take advantage of it, and
Yeah,
they are now inside of the top four. But I think that another game we should talk about is
yeah.
G2 maybe.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like, so G2 and Wolves, they played
Did
each
you
other
watch
this
that game?
week. No, unfortunately, I didn't. But I did catch the
Okay, okay.
highlights.
Oh my
But
god. Oh my
like,
god.
let's just set the tone. Like, both these teams went to Charlotte. G2 made it to the playoffs and arguably should have beaten Team Liquid over there. Like, they looked close. Like, it was just kind of what the first map was overtime. The second map, they kind of just
hmm
lost their momentum, kind of
Yeah.
thing, or the other way around. It was. So they didn't look too bad. Wolves, um, they are they look good, but like from the highlights, and correct me if I'm wrong, so I'm going to give you my take over here. From the
Mhm.
highlights, it looked like G2 just were fragging over, like, pound for pound. I think they have a better fragging team. You got Doki, you got Citizen, you got
Mhm.
Prano maybe is the weak link. You got Alamau, and then you got Virtue. All of them are looking so
Mhm.
good. They looked so good in Charlotte, but it looked like Wolves just played smarter. I think they just looked a lot smarter, and they caught G2 unawares quite a few times. That's what it looked like. But you watched the match in full, so
Mhm.
tell me what happened in this
Uh,
game.
Honestly, at some point I wondered if the teams were playing like to win the game or to see who was choking
Oh
more
my
like
god.
more rounds. I remember uh, maybe 3 or 4 rounds where both teams were like in a 4v2 situations, and the team with 2 members winning the games, the round. Even the last round, Wolves were 3 versus 1
Yeah.
against Doki, planted,
It went down to a
and
1v1,
Doki
yeah.
almost clutched.
Yeah.
If if Doki was not because he was like he had like 20 HP or something like that. If
Doki knew
Doki,
where he was. Yeah, Doki
yeah, yeah,
knew
yeah,
where
yeah,
Bibu
yeah, yeah.
was.
But that happened in the previous maybe like fourth or five rounds. It was a very
Yeah.
very
So the past
weird
the last
game.
3 rounds of that game, Doki gets a 4K, Doki gets a 3K, Doki gets a
hmm
2K that was nearly a 1v3 clutch. Like
hmm
Doki was like doing
Yeah,
something in
yeah, yeah,
this
he was
final 3
insane.
rounds.
He was insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was into something. But I think that G2 could have won that game. Obviously, Wolves could have too. But it makes me mad because seeing G2 and the members they have and the potential that they like, there's huge potential in here, and they are not getting the results. And what we said before, because sorry, I still remember the game against LFO in Oregon.
Hmm.
I think it was a game like they choked some rounds as well, and luckily
Probably.
they qualified for the Charlotte Major. But
Oh
that
yeah,
loss,
the final play that you're talking about, is it?
yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah, 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 yeah,
No, that
exactly,
was
yeah,
against
yeah, yeah.
BDS, the 7-1 that they got
No, 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 no.
smashed.
But I'm talking about the game against LFO. I think it
Ah,
was an
okay.
overtime loss in Oregon. A game where P4 was
Yeah,
incredible,
overtime. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
carrying
yeah. I got the match now,
that
yeah.
game. Yeah, that game was like G2 was
Citizen
like
versus P4.
choking many
Yeah.
rounds and everything. It just gave me some, flashbacks to that game. Um,
Something about these
G2
two
has
teams.
to.
Something about these
Yeah,
two teams.
see, yeah. G2 has to get the results now. I don't want them to miss out on Berlin. Please, they have to
I
qualify.
but David, I think it would be so funny if they missed out on Brazil because it's
No,
like they're
okay, it
right
would be
there. They're
funny.
like
Yes, it would be
they're
funny.
right
I
there.
would. Yeah, I would laugh, and it would be super funny. But imagine G2 playing in front of a crowd in Berlin.
Oh yeah.
That would be really good, not just for the fans in there, but also for the scene. I don't
Mm.
know. I just think that it would get more people into the stream. I just have this feeling. G2 are professional content creators. Like they are
Mm.
amazing at creating content and everything. Just imagine Carlos in the venue. Carlos
Oh
is
god.
G2's owner. Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be amazing, like amazing. Honestly, it would be huge, and obviously it would be fun if they don't make it. But come on, another major, yeah, fine.
I
But
bet
come on,
Carlos
not the
is
Berlin
gonna be
major.
there either
Yeah,
way.
he has to. He
Like
should
like
honestly.
you remember in Tokonami when the now disgraced Kizoku turned up, even though Norango
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
there.
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
a feeling like Carlos is gonna find a way, and he's gonna be on that
sure. Come on,
stage. It's
come
just a
on.
Carlos thing, yeah.
He's a businessman, and he loves being this
Yeah, in the
the
spotlight.
yeah, exactly. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
All right. Well,
Amazing.
that
Yeah.
that that's G2 and Wolves, and I think
Mm,
just in general to sum that discussion up. Sorry, excuse me. Helby was complaining on Twitter a little bit, and I don't just like paint Helby as like a
mm,
whiny person, because like for the longest time, Wolves have been just putting their head down. They've been constantly underrated by fans, constantly underrated by analysts, constantly underrated by other teams as well. They just put their head down and they've made it to two majors in a row at this point. All right,
mm,
Sweden and then now here in
mhm.
Charlotte. But it kind of maybe reached a breaking point because now they beat them and then like everyone was talking about how G2 choked. When really, from what it looked like in the highlights, it's like the positioning uh that Wolves were getting into was better, even though they maybe
Oh yeah, sure.
were not
Mhm.
like as killing. They didn't have as much
No,
killing potential as G2. It was really
mhm.
mostly Bibu and Rise went 0
Yeah,
and 12,
yeah, exactly.
right? So
See,
I
yes,
think like
he was. I'm not sure if you saw the post-match
yeah,
interview,
I
but
did.
Rice was in the post-match interview, and Milos was like, "Well, how was the game?" or something like
Yeah,
that, and he said something like, "Oh, cool! I'm so good that no, our team is so good that I
it's so
don't
good.
even have
You
to
need to
play," or
play.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, obviously, like
So
when
yeah, it
someone,
looked like
yeah.
they outsmarted G2, and I
Mhm.
think that's the thing. And it just as I think it's a good thing because if you ask any APAC team, it's fantastic to be the underdog. It's
Mhm.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the best place. There's no pressure. People overestimate you, whether
Yeah.
overtly or implicitly. And I think Wolves are going to stay underrated for quite some time unless they win or they make a grand finals. And even then, I think they just don't have that kind of like a wow presence on like Twitter and like social media, which is why
Mhm.
people kind of underrate them. But I think it's good for
Um.
them. But
Uh,
yeah,
uh,
that's pretty much it. That's all
I'm
that I
sorry,
have on
but
that.
come on. I mean, mm, yeah,
You
people
disagree?
underrate Wolves. That's
Yeah.
true. We people underrate Wolves, but come on, the results have never been there. The results have never been
Yeah.
there. Simple as that.
Well, I mean,
Um,
people underrate them
Sweden
to even
major.
make it to the major, which is what I was kind of
Yeah, honestly,
getting at.
yes.
Yeah.
You have to qualify for international events to like to show like you have to be there, and they are there.
Mm.
Definitely, they are there. But if you are there, you should like put up a good performance, and they have, in my honest opinion, I think they
I
have
think
not been
I think
capable
they're
of doing
working
that.
towards it, but we'll
Yeah, they
see.
are
Yeah,
working, and sometimes we see like the
flashes.
potential,
Yeah,
or we
yeah,
see that, yeah, flashes exactly, but the results, they are not there yet.
mm,
So we will see now with a new home, and you know, and come on, it's a football team, and they were in their stadium. Come on, they have
yeah,
to be like, oh yes, 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 but the results are not there now. We will see.
yeah.
Maybe Berlin, third time's the charm. No, who knows?
Fingers crossed. I mean, even for Dark Zero, it kind of looked unimpressive, and bam, they win a major kind of
Yeah,
situation, which like
exactly.
you could see it coming. Like if
hmm
you paid attention to Canadians' career stats, you could see that coming.
Yeah,
But that's
come on,
that's
Canadian.
NAL thing. Now,
Yeah,
now finally,
NAL.
to
Yeah.
cap off this discussion for EU,
Wait,
oh yeah.
I think that we should pay attention to Team Secret against Navi.
Oh, really? Is there
For
anything to
yeah,
talk about Secret? I thought they
yeah,
were quite
because
bland.
we had Savage debut in
Yeah,
for
that's
Team
true.
Secret, and we also had Skiddy's debut for Navi.
Navi, yeah.
And honestly, very good debuts for the rookies. Honestly, it was a very cool game to watch. At least I had some fun watching
hmm
the game.
It's not like
Um,
watching APAC where it's fun in the game, but it was like, yeah, this is not
mhm.
really good.
Yeah,
The
yes,
play
okay,
is
I
not good.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but both teams have been under changes recently, so we cannot
Mm,
expect them to perform now. Secret, they added Savage and Save. Navi, they added Skiddy and Alokaka, Spanish coach. He's amazing, and he is underrated. He's going
mm,
to be, well, he's amazing. He's amazing. Um, well, very, very hardworking guy. Um, Savage had a very good game, but we are always going to remember this game as the one where Savage couldn't kill the Yana going to the
oh
Astro
my
stairs.
god, yes.
He had a very good performance, but obviously that's the thing that you are going to remember. If he
Yeah.
had killed the Yana, I think that Secret would have won the round, and maybe playing on defense in Villa, they would have made it to overtime. Maybe, who knows?
Who
But
knows? Yeah.
you said what the Italian how did you say it before, the wheelchair thing?
If my
Yeah,
grandmother had wheels, she'd be a
yeah,
bicycle.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now we can go ahead with the discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about NA in just a second, Siren. We're
hmm
just capping off this EU discussion. And the final thing that I want to talk about was this: we saw this discussion on Twitter where Gorgona was just talking about regions and
hmm
which was better, and I saw that starting off, and I was like, oh god, he's gonna like complain
Yeah.
that people are underrating EU, but no, that's very honest assessment of EU
hmm
himself. You can read what's on the screen, obviously, and obviously a little bit of like a drive-by against APAC from 2020, but he's not entirely wrong. He's not entirely
It's not.
wrong. So a couple of discussion points over here. And it's just like the fundamentals that Des has talked about here, and he's talked about on the desk as well. Just very simple stuff that EU teams are forgetting to do. Budega, who I think we have to value his opinion despite whatever he might have said
Mm-hmm.
and whatever he got suspended for, because
Yeah.
he does have an
Mm-hmm.
analytical mind. So let's just take that part of Budega's comment,
Mm-hmm.
where I think he's right. Teams are overthinking
Yep.
too much these days, and everything on attack works, every playstyle is effective, and you just kind of have to roll with the flow kind of situation. And Corey, obviously you guys know him formerly of Rogue,
Yep.
he kind of went into this a little bit more, where he says people are aspiring towards the wrong playstyle, which is kind of building off what Budega said. And the work ethic thing is like a separate thing that neither of us can really verify yet. Yeah, it's just people are not changing up their defenses on the fly. People are rigid. People are getting sloppy. And apparently, if you do that in Tier 3 against EUL teams, you get blacklisted. So, this sounds like a problem of their own makings. And you know what this sounds
Yep.
like? It sounds like when, like, in FPL, players were getting banned, like players like Grip were getting banned for playing like a jump out playstyle, and for like ridiculous stuff. And everyone joked and memed on NA about
I
it.
remember.
If this is true, if what Corey is saying is true, 100% EU needs to be joked about and memed on, because you play what the other team is playing. Like that's it. The meta's changing. Adapt, and UL's not adapting. It seems. And Leon says the same thing. Like, what are your thoughts on this whole kind of discussion? People are saying attacks are good, defenses are horrible.
I am with Bodega, honestly. He says everything on attack works. We see many teams having different play styles. Honestly, Wolves is a perfect example of a well, different play style. I remember watching the game against G2. I think that the last round of the game was a push that started when there were just 10 seconds remaining. Um, that's very typical from Team Vitality all days, you know.
Wolves,
Um, yeah,
Now, yeah.
exactly. But that's a very Bebo thing. But yeah, I think that anything can happen. And about the Cody tweet, I am I agree with him.
I
I
agree with him
agree
too.
with
Yeah,
him. Yeah, it's I'm sure that many players are going to ignore this tweet, or they are going to say no, you're wrong, or whatever. But this is completely right. We know that some players don't have like the work ethic
perhaps.
needed.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah. We have seen very questionable tweets in the
perhaps.
past. I'm not going to
I,
go that way.
I think we
I'm
all
not
know
going.
who we're talking about, but
Yes,
I'm not gonna say it
I'm not.
because I.
I'm not going
Yeah,
to go that way.
yeah.
But yeah, and the way he says the way the teams are being built right now is also questionable, and
Mm,
the work ethic and everything. I kind of agree with that. Um, and he is part of a team who's being built now from scratch, which is wild or wild or whatever
wild.
you
Yeah,
pronounce it.
yeah.
Wild, right? Um, they just went to a, well, not just 2 or 3 weeks ago. They went to Greece, all together
Mm-hmm.
because the organization, I think, paid for the trip or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, every team works different, but I guess that can make a difference. And I mean, Wild are in the Saudi Arabian tournament that's going to play it in August,
Oh yeah, gamers without
after
borders, right?
defeating Rogue and Heroic. So I mean,
That's the sports washing tournament. Yes.
yeah. I know. Yeah,
The esports washing.
but
Yeah.
well, definitely right now EU is behind, not just behind, but maybe far behind NAL and Brazil.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think that
It's not
I
great.
think that they can obviously change it. I like when players from national leagues get their chance to play in the top flight. For example, I'm very
Yeah.
excited for Savage, or not even just players, also coaches who can um, make teams think of another way. I think Alokaka is Not because he's from Spain, but I think that
Mm.
he is a very, very, very good coach, very hardworking coach, and maybe it's what an EUL team needs. I don't
Perhaps,
know.
yeah.
I just yeah.
Yeah, and like just I also don't know for sure, and it's clear that the EU players and the EU teams and the EU coaches will also have like a full picture as well. Because if you see this discussion over here, it seems like what Leon is saying is true. Like, you see, obviously, you know how they've been trying things, and yeah, Rogue have been trying to play a little bit more fast and loose, especially if you want to play good on defense. And then Gorgona, he has a very logical point. Like, it's kind of a 50-50 play style. What happens when you stop hitting your shots? And then
Yep.
like you fall off, kind of like Fury did, or like NIP did.
Mm,
So and he says
mm,
like having good strats is more important than that. But then
mm.
Leon, I think Leon's response is perfect because clearly it's not working out too well for EU right now, even though they had to make it to the playoffs in Charlotte. Uh, it depends on the team, and
Mhm.
I think keeping it simple is the answer over here. Just
Yeah.
stick everyone
Yeah.
on a good gun, keep it simple with the setup,
Mhm.
and Gorgona
Yeah.
very rightly identifies that's what LATAM did all
Yeah.
throughout
It's
2021, and they won every single event in 2021.
yeah. We saw this happening. We saw fraggers being moved to um um hard reaching roles or support roles, whatever, because now you need to hit your shots, no? I mean,
Yeah, on
I know
defense,
that
yeah,
I know that
especially.
Rainbow Six Siege is like tactics and
It
you
is,
have to
yeah.
do this so you can do this and then you are going to yes, okay, you have to clean ADSs and everything. Yes, and that's part of the game. But kills matter. We know that. Oh, okay, kills don't matter or whatever. No, 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 kills matter. Kills are very important, and yeah, that's what. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you have to
Indeed.
get the good guns and get and if it's in an LMG meta, then I don't know, get used to it. Sofia, Finca, and all this. Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, no, that is pretty much it. Uh for EU. Lots to talk about. Lots up in the air, especially with like how good or bad EU is. I'm just gonna end off with
Yeah.
like just sum it up. No response, but like just summing it up. It's been one play day. Just relax, guys.
It's
Like
just one play there. Yeah, exactly.
it's been extremely sloppy. Like Caleb Jacob on Twitter was like, "It's been one play day. Has it really been this bad?" And like, sure, one
Yeah.
play day was this bad, but
Who who
give it a while.
who tweeted this? I think it was Jesse. Like, oh, Berlin Major. Okay, let's give these European kids a tournament so they can have some
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Ah, come on, North America, you are a Mickey Mouse competition.
Ah, well, let's talk about that Mickey Mouse competition. Because and I want to start with BC because Beast Coast, uh, dark horses, especially in this week. All right, Beast Coast,
Mhm,
especially after that week 1. But
mhm.
what the hell just happened? Sweater puts on cat ears and they beat
Yeah.
SSG and XZ in regulation after losing very closely 7-5 to OXG last
Mhm,
week.
mhm.
Beast Coast look like the Black Dragons of NAL right now
Yeah.
because they are like don't really have the power players, so to speak, compared to the other teams, but they've gotten 2 massive results already and
Mm,
nearly a third.
yep. And the thing about Beast Coast is that they have already played against Dark Zero, they have already played against
Yes.
Oxygen, they have already played against SSG, they have
Yes.
already played against Exet. They are now playing against Parabellum, who, okay, are, they are getting the
Not bad,
result.
yeah.
They are
Not
good
bad,
doing,
yeah.
yeah, not bad.
Similar to
They are
Beast
playing
Coast, yeah.
against Mirage. They are playing against the Sonics,
Sonics, yeah.
who are there, yes, but
They're coming back, yeah.
yeah. They are playing against Astralis, and they also have to face TSM at the last round. But maybe TSM
Yeah.
will be already qualified, playing for nothing. Who knows? Who knows? The schedule is good. The
Mm-hmm.
results are there. they are definitely the dark horses here. Yes, I
100%.
love that Black Dragons comparison. Honestly.
It really sounds like it, doesn't it? And I don't know if you've been watching the games a little bit more close than I have. What has been Beast Coast's secret? Because like, if you look at it this week, especially, it looked like it was Sweater and Slash. Like
Mhm.
Slash are getting
The
that
cat
second
ears.
game.
The cat
Yeah,
ears are the
Slashag
answer.
wasn't wearing the cat ears, and he went nuclear against Exet. That was one of Slash's best performances in his goddamn career, and we all know the kinds of teams that Slash has been on. Hell, Slash was part of the title-winning team at the
Mhm.
USN 2018
Mhm.
finals, right? So
Mhm.
if you think like, oh yeah, he probably performed best there. No, this was his best. 16-7, 1.90 CGG rating, 201 entry, 92% cost, 1.33
Yep.
KPR on the Hibana and Echo.
Mhm.
Flex/support operators, 1-1VX, 1 plant. This is an incredible stat line. And like, Sweater went quiet in this game. It didn't matter. It did
Mhm.
not matter. Surf was there. And like, we're just seeing all these players. I think they've just been quietly plugging away. And I think like we say Brazil is close, but
Mhm. Well,
well,
NA is
no, I
close.
think NA is way closer. You have TSM running away at the top, and then you have P2 to P9, to
Yeah.
borrow something from Formula One. P2 to P9 is separated by 2 points. Exit
Yep.
and Sonics and Oxygen
Mhm.
tied on points, second, third, and
Mhm.
fourth, 7 points. And then you have Space Station, Dark Zero, Parabellum, Beast Coast on 6, right? And then you have Astralis in 5. Astralis, by the way, grand finalists at the Charlotte Major. Dark Zero, winners of the Charlotte Major. All right. Exit, playoffs, lost to Astralis at the Charlotte Major. This is stacked top to bottom. Sonic's the most consistent team in 2021. Space Station, I've said it time and again, arguably a championship winning team. But like, I think we've got to stop calling Space Station a championship winning team, because looking at the way NAL is going, any of these top 9 teams can be a championship winning team.
Yes, right now, yes. They are this Mickey Mouse tournament, as I love to call it, just because of the laughs. Obviously, it's not a Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah.
Not anymore. I'm sorry. I think that it's really, really close, and even closer than Brazil now.
It's
Looking at the
crazy.
standings,
It's crazy.
you have that clear team who is like TSM. I'm so happy
Mm-hmm.
that TSM are,
They are
you know,
back. They are
yeah, they are back, back.
they're back.
Uh-huh. Yep. But yeah, the only team that you can just like remove from the equation is Mirage.
And even then,
Mirage.
Mirage didn't look that bad against
Yeah.
SSG.
Yeah, exactly. Are they still affected by COVID? Because I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they were on stage.
Okay.
Nyx had a really good game. Like, we released an article where, Nyx has been really poor. He had a 0.03 rating on attack. And then of course
Mhm.
on attack on border he turns it on. Now it is border, quote unquote, where good teams go to die, but it doesn't matter. Nyx performed well. So Mirage, yes, arguably a freebie, and that's why I'm taking them out of, like, both of us have been taking them out of like the potential major winners equation. But
Yeah.
jeez, at this point, even Beast Coast could win the major, man. Like, even Parabellum could do it. Any one of those
No
teams.
way, man. No
No, they
way.
can. They can.
No
I
way. I'm
believe.
sorry. No.
I believe. Look,
I mean, the
if they
power of
can,
the cat
if they
ears is strong, but is that strong?
if they can fight through this NAL field, I
Uh-huh.
100% believe they can fight through. And just like we saw
Yeah.
in Charlotte, the only people who can stop them are fellow NA teams.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
NA's
Like
world right now.
yeah. Uh, literally everything can happen. Um. Um. But I mean, now looking at the next like games,
Mm-hmm.
you have like DZ is still out of the top 4. and time is running out. Obviously, they are
It's
just 1 point away
one
from the
point,
top
yeah.
four. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But they are facing Astralis, TSM, Oxygen, Exet, and Mirage last game. They should win that one. But imagine if the results are not there during the next 4 play days.
Yeah.
Imagine if they have a bad. It's the Charlotte Major grand final
Rematch.
replay against
Yeah,
Astralis.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's going to be a very good one. Then they are playing against TSM Quad in a very good momentum.
Mhm.
SSG, the champion, SSG, sorry, Oxygen. We know the power of Oxygen. And they are also facing Exet, who if the players have their day, like Yoga has a good day, then you're dead. I'm sorry, you're
Mhm.
not gonna win that game. Um, we could see Charlotte Major winners not making it to Berlin, which would be
It's very
fun, and
tight.
I would love it
Yeah.
because I am tired of the chant, "Let's go,
Let's go,
DZ."
DZ.
I
No, see,
hate it. I hate it. I hate
David,
it with all my life.
David. For,
Mm,
number one, no matter
yeah.
what NA team goes, they're gonna just replace DZ with whatever
Yeah, I
team
know.
there
I know.
is.
I know. I know. I know. I know. And I
Second,
hate it so much.
they're going to Berlin, so I'm really hoping that the Hertha fans there teach people how the hell to make real chants
Yeah.
happen. Like,
Come
come on,
on, please.
football chants, and
We
like,
should. We
let's
should
get this
have Yeah.
UK fans. Come on, like you guys got like £50 tickets to Berlin. Turn up
Yeah.
there, show people
Oh, come
how
on.
you chant. All right, like you better do it well.
Hmm.
But okay, like
Come on.
that,
Just.
it's crazy. Like DZ could not make it. Australis are right now
Yeah.
P9.
Mm,
P9, what the heck? Obviously only 2 points away from top four, but like that's wild. Like you
yeah.
got Oxygen there as well.
Mm,
Also made it to the playoffs
yeah.
in Charlotte, except playoffs in Charlotte. Sonics just it's
Mhm.
very hard to, and this
And
will really
they
just
have
come
already
down to like,
played against Mirage.
yeah, this will come down to just like the teams who are just able to do what the EU teams can't. Who can make the least amount of
Mm,
fundamental mistakes? I think at this point,
yeah,
the
exactly.
strategies and the counter strats, they all match up very well with each other. Each team has like just a bunch of gunners who are really, really good, can hit their
Hmm.
shots. Whoever you pluck out from NA is pretty much a good player, minus maybe
Yep.
like a couple of the Mirage players, maybe. But like one to
Maybe
nine,
also Super. Maybe.
yeah, okay,
Maybe.
yeah. Maybe
I'm
maybe
just
even take
kidding.
out
I'm just
Super.
kidding.
No, I mean, like as far as killing potential goes, you're right. Like no one can
Yeah.
argue
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Sure.
Super himself will say that's not his like main role on the team.
It is not. It is not.
So that's wild. But then, while this like bloodbath is going down from P2 to P9, TSM are looking really, really, really good. They've only lost one game out of four, and that was also in overtime against OXG, who we
Mhm.
know are an insane team. You got Vertical, you got Fox, you got the newest, the newest Dream Team kind of thing. Literally, newest and Dream. Excellent stuff. So that they lost that one. Fair enough. In OT, fair enough. They should have won it. Sure. But every team's gonna slip up every now and then, and looking at how tight things are, every team will slip up. Like there's no team's gonna go flawless. No team can go flawless at this point, really. Um, TSM, could we see them potentially virtually lock in, or rather qualify for Berlin next week
Mhm.
by the end? Because there's 2 play days every week for NA, except for play day number 9, which is just the last play day of stage 2. If TSM win both their games, 6 points, 16 for them. Space Station, like assuming like we have like the 5th place team not win either of their games, you see 6 or like
Mhm.
8 points maybe. They'll be 8 points clear and like virtual locks for the Berlin major. I think at this point, you really got to think about that. And then TSM, as you said,
Exactly.
can take a little bit like of like a rest thing, which they have talked about how they burnt out after SI, and NA's format in particular. The fact that they finish on July 13, they have a month until
Yep.
the major. No other
Hmm.
region gets that month. NA gets that
Yep.
month.
Exactly. Yep. NA favorite again, as always.
Very much so.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Yeah.
No, I mean just
But
by merit this time, really.
yeah,
By merit.
it is honestly. considering that Brazil has to play Copa League 6. APAC are not playing playoffs anymore.
But they have
But, well,
7 weeks of straight play
yeah,
instead of 5
exactly,
weeks. Like
exactly.
yeah.
This is something that we should. This is people should like try and change. This has to be changed, honestly.
Yeah, it
I
definitely
don't.
needs some parity between other regions.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm not gonna blame any of the NA teams. Look, they're taking what they
yeah.
get, and
Obviously, yeah,
what they're
exactly,
doing is,
exactly,
and
exactly.
they're showing us the best Siege we have seen
Yeah,
so
obviously. I
far.
mean,
Yeah,
Brazilian teams are going to complain a lot.
yeah, but they got land, so
But
they should be
if
fine.
if they got it, if this was their schedule, they wouldn't say a thing.
Mhm.
That's how it works. I mean, you have to
No team
defend
would say
your
it. Yeah, yeah.
interests. I mean, that's fine. But wow, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think this is a big advantage for them.
Mhm. Well, I think that kind of concludes our main summaries for week 2. Is it time, David, to play the game?
Okay, cool. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go.
So for those who
Who
are
starts?
unawares,
Oh well, we should
yeah,
explain the game,
which
no?
yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
explain it. So for those who are unawares, um, we play a game where we just pick out a stat line from certain leagues and we just give it to the other person. The other person must guess who that player is based on that stat line so far in the competition. And now that every single league has started up, EUL started up. We got Brazilian games to talk about as well, and we're going to talk about those as well. So I'm going to take the APAC and NAL, and David can take EUL and BR6. So I'm going to start over here. All right, I'm going to give
Mm-hmm.
you this very interesting.
Yes.
Who do I go with? Who do I go with? Who do I go with? All right, let's go with.
Are you going to tell me if it's APAC South or APAC North, or it's
No,
just
I'm
like
not gonna tell
APAC
you APAC
and you
South
say
North. That might be a hint, but like okay, let's give it a
okay,
rate.
no, no, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, no, don't tell me, don't tell me,
Yeah.
don't
1.37
tell me. I just
rating.
wanted to know.
1.37 rating. 2618 KD. 2.5 on entry, so that's -3, and a survival rate of 25%. This guy plays Amaru and Alibi. He's from APAC.
You told me. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's Ape. I know it. I know
Hey,
it.
that's
Just because
right,
of the
my man.
Amaru. Just because of the Amaru.
He's
I
crazy.
know. I knew this one.
Amaru main. I looked at the stat. I was scanning through. I was like, what? Amaru and Alibi main?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he is the only Amaru main in APAC and also the only Alibi main in APAC. Which
Mhm.
is it's nuts. I'm just quickly scrolling through here APAC North, and yeah, I don't see an Alibi main. Neither do I see an Amaru main. The guy is unique out of 40 players. No, 80 players. He's that one guy who plays Amaru, and he's also the one guy who plays Alibi all the time. Insane. All right, David, your turn. Hit me.
I'm waiting for Europe. I'm going to be easy. Okay. I'm going to be like, um, let's go for 0.83 rating. I have to tell you the KD, right?
Yeah, I mean you don't have to. You can
Do
pick
I?
and
Yeah.
choose.
Okay.
No, you don't have to tell him the KD.
Okay. Okay. I'm going. Okay. Fine. 0.83 rating. 10, 11. Remember, they have just played one game, so KOST of 50%. Plays Yana and Alibi.
Yana and oh shit, I know who this guy is. We just talked about him. I know we just talked about him, like in the
Again,
show.
yeah.
The guy who was doing well on attack and then after that just went cold on defense.
Okay. Come on. If you don't know him, we have a
He's on
problem, Shikari. If you don't know him.
exploit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I knew it. I was like,
Exactly.
he's on roll. Keep playing on Chalet. I was like, I know exactly who. Yes, I got him. Let's
Exactly.
go. Let's go. All right. My turn to hit you. Right. So let's turn it up since we both gave each other a little bit easy stuff. Right. Who do I pick? Who do I pick? Let's arrange. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, I got it. 1.27 rating. 4127 KD. A cost of 63 and 4 1VXs. He is a sledge and smoke main.
You shouldn't have told me the 1v axis because I know him.
All right, you know him.
I know
Who
him.
is he?
I know him.
Yeah?
Does he play for Sonics by any chance?
Maybe. You gotta say the player.
Maybe. Are we talking about Kanzen?
Hey, that's right. That is
Yeah.
Kanzen. It
When
has been having a great stage so far.
yeah. I still remember the clutches. Like he pulled him, the one in bank. Remember that we discussed this last day. That you were
Yeah.
like comparing
The
the
deja
clutches
vu.
with the one
Yeah.
in that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
If you didn't tell me that like the 1BXs, I would have had a
All
hard
right.
time honestly.
I'll give you a really hard one the next time. It's the third and final round,
Okay.
but your turn to hit me.
Yeah. I'm going for Brazil now.
Mhm.
If it loads because it's like okay, thinking. Okay, so mm, hmm, okay, 1.15 rating,
Okay, decent
1.15
player.
KD 1511, so plus 4,
Okay, not bad, not
zero
bad.
1 entry.
Mhm.
Okay, KOST of 64%, and 1 clutch and 5 plans.
Shoot.
Main Sivana and Smoke.
A good support player who really his team works well on OBJ. This guy has to be a team one player. There has to be a team one player. Who the hell is this team one smoke mean? What the hell's team one Hibana mean?
Go on.
Am I right on team one?
Yeah,
I feel
you're
like I
right
am.
on Team
Yeah,
1.
I'm right on team one. It has to be because 5 plants. There's no way anyone else other than team one would have achieved that in 2 play days. It's not Maya. We know Maya's stats 1.9 freaking 5. Is it Lagonis?
Exactly. Yeah.
Lagonis?
It is. It is Lagotnis.
Yeah,
Lagotnis. Yep.
Lagonis. Damn
It
right it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know he was
Yeah.
performing this well. 15-11
Yeah.
is
He's
very
getting.
impressive.
Yeah.
Wow, excellent,
Yep.
excellent.
He's doing very good. Well, he had a really good weekend.
Brilliant.
Now,
Alright, my turn.
let's do it
Right.
like harder.
Really,
Let's make
yeah.
it harder.
Right. NAL. Okay. 0.84
Mhm.
rating. 22,
Okay.
28 KD minus 6. We have a 53% KOST. These guys got 1 clutch and 1 plant. And he's got 1 disable. He plays Sledge and Smoke. Who's this guy?
Oh shit. Legend Smoke.
Sledge and
Rating
Smoke.
0.84.
83.
Is
Yeah.
that 83?
84, yeah, 84, right. Yeah.
84.
Mm-hmm. He's got 1 clutch, 1 plant, 1 disable.
Oof. I'm thinking of players who are using Sledge.
There's not
I
many,
think because
actually.
I was checking the other before. I think that
Yeah.
Canadians maining Flores, but I'm not. I don't think it's Canadian.
You would be right. I'll give you that hint.
Mm,
It's not Canadian. Canadian plays Malusi.
mm, mm. I have no idea right now.
No, you. Okay, I'll give you a hint. You got the team right.
Mm. I got it. I got the team right.
Yeah. So this counts as half point now. This counts as half point.
Yeah. Yeah. We talking of NJR?
Yeah, that's right. That is NJR. He's been fairly
Okay.
quiet so far because Team
Yeah.
Zero really has been kind of struggling so far. They
Yeah.
finally switched on in the first game and the fourth game, and games 2 and 3
Mhm.
were not great from them.
I
All
mean,
right,
Pambazu
yeah,
is not that bad. We know that he's
Panda's
good.
having a
Pambazu is
great time.
good.
Panda's having a great time.
But yeah, he's having a great time. He's good. He's not good as fantasy,
Yeah.
but yeah, he doesn't play Sledge
Mm.
and so yeah, it was an EGR.
Well,
Now I'm going for
yeah, the final one. Tell me, hit me.
okay. I'm going for EU this time.
E.
Sorry. Um, CGG rating of 1.0.
Oh, perfect.
10. So 0 KD. 0-2 in entry, so he's doing bad in terms of entry.
I mean, it's just too.
67% KOST.
Uh, the team's getting on the inside.
Survival rating of 17.
Holy crap! This guy's getting in there. Is that Merc? Okay, wait, no.
I,
Give me the
I-
means. Give me the means. Sorry.
I'm doing Europe. I'm doing Europe.
All right. Yeah.
Did
Europe.
you say Merc?
Sorry.
hmm
Yeah. No. It sounds like Merc stats though. I'm pretty sure I
Mains,
saw.
mains. We're talking of just one map, okay? So I mean,
Uh-huh.
the operators are going to change surely.
Yes.
Sophia and Smoke.
Bloody hell! That's just so generic.
He is he's an iconic player with Smoke. Well, iconic maybe not, but
Breed.
he has he no
Oh, it's not Breed.
he's not iconic as Bride.
Okay.
Maybe I exaggerated, but he is known for playing Smoke.
uh.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm going to give you a final hint. Okay,
Yeah.
he has a special nationality.
Oh god, he's a Portuguese dude, isn't he? He's Savage.
It's not Savage.
Ah shit. Special left. It's LMO. It's fucking LMO.
Yes,
It's
it's
LMO. It's
Alemão.
LMO. It's
Yeah,
oh my god. You said
yeah,
iconic and you said smoke and that. Oh my god, that was very obvious. It's LMO. Yeah, it's
yeah.
LMO. Of
Yeah, it is
course.
animal. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was like I wanted to do Savage, but he's really generic, like Finca
yeah.
Melusi, good
That would have been
rating,
really
like
hard
you would
and
struggle.
and kind of pointless as well, because like you can like throw a dart and like
Yeah,
land on like 5 players with those stats and
yeah.
with those.
I should have
Yeah.
said standard. I should have said standard. Say special nationality. So you'd said Alemão, and then
Yeah.
no, it's standard. Haha.
Hey.
uh,
Anyways,
wow,
well, thank
it
you
was
very much,
fun.
everyone. Yeah, it was a really fun game. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. We had a great turnout, great stuff in chat as well. It's been me, Shakur, with me, David. We've been talking to you about week 2. Week 3 is about to begin very shortly. Rather, it continues on. There's really no gap in the Pro League, or rather the top flight. Every region goes on and every day. So keep on watching. Watch our highlights. If you miss anything, go to our site for our stats. You know the drill. And follow us here on Twitch for more SiegeGG live episodes. And that's it from us for tonight. See ya.
Bye bye.